project, and you were telling me one of these sculptures is already up.
Yeah, actually, two of them are already up. Um, Technically, according to the program that is through the Quad City Arts Council, they want to do things after the Memorial Day weekend and into the middle of June. But it just so happened that it worked out for the artists that they could come and install their sculpture, and they've been up. Well, one's been up 2 weeks, one's been up a week.
Where are these two sculptures at?
The first one is Wind Wave 2, and that's right at the 9th Avenue North closure structure, right across from the RV camp, just on the trailhead to the Discovery Trail. And that is a piece that's about 8.5 feet tall. It kind of looks like a checkered race flag, for the end of the Indianapolis 500. And what we're going to do is we're going to put some solar powered lights underneath it and shine them up. And the way that it looked on the picture is that it'll kind of it's like a disco ball, with all the lights. Instead of moving, it just is stationary. And then the other one that has already been installed, that was installed last week, is something full sail too, and that is, it kind of is reminiscent of a sail from a sailboat. And so that's just north of the War Memorial on 5th Avenue South. So it's about like 4th Avenue South, something like that.
Now you're telling me there's going to be 6 of these, and it's through the Quad City Arts program. Yeah. How did this all come about, Greg?
About 2 years ago, we wanted to put some money for art and culture in the budget. So we put about $25,000 in there. And then this program just happened to come up the next year. So we've been kind of working on this actual program for about 2 years now. Clinton is not very well known for art and culture, but it has a tremendous art and culture. One of my other hats that I wear is with the Gateway History Club. And look at the history of our area. That's culture too. So we actually have a lot of good things in the way of art and culture. So when this program came up about sculptures, it was like, hey, this is an easy thing. And plus, give a lot of, good thoughts to Gabby Torres, because she started that with the Pocket Park down on 4th Avenue South that is now going to another artist this year. I can't remember his name, but that'll all be happening. So we're starting to get murals up. Of course, Gabby and her team did the mural up at Main Avenue.
I know Synergy
has been involved, and it's just like there are many groups that are saying, hey, we really have some good art and culture. Let's go through this. We got the sidewalk, or not, the crosswalk painting. That happened last year, that hopefully again will happen this year. And so this was just another piece that we could put together. So what happened was we said, hey, we're going to do this. It's about a $10,000, $12,000 program to get into. You actually lease the sculptures from the artist for a year. And then if you want to buy them at the end of the year, you can purchase them, or you can trade them in and get, another one, or 6 more like we did. And so we went to the Quad City Arts, got involved, and then they gave us 107 sculptures to choose from. We had a little committee. There was people from the Parks and Recreation Department, Public Works Department, Clinton Fine Arts Association, Mayor's Youth Commission, Park and Recreation Advisory Board, Neighborhood Improvement Committee, and Hometown Pride. And then, of course, local artists were all part of that. And we kind of chose, we chose 18. Hey, we like these, we're good. And then we went to, and actually I didn't go, but Chris Whipple from the Clinton Fine Arts Association, she's the president now, she went to the meeting. And it was like a draft, just like you and I would go to a football draft, okay? It was that. And it just so happened that these 6 came up, and we said these are the ones we'd like. We made a deal with the artists, and they're coming to town. There's 2 of them up already. There might be a 3rd one that will be coming up next week, and then the other 3 will be going up around the week of June 10th, right after Tailgate and Tall Boys.
So they have a little bit of a theme as well. As you said, the one in front of the library certainly reflects that.
And that's when we looked at them. hey, we like this one. This would be great for in front of the library. It's called Enchantment of Reading, and it's a girl sitting on a mushroom reading a book. And we're going to put it right in front of the library. And what we've decided to do too, because we have solar powered lights, we're going to put solar powered lights on maybe all of them if we can figure out how to do it all.
If people would like to find out more and maybe take a look at these, is there a website they can go
actually
to, Greg?
just go right to the City of Clinton website.
Okay.
And then it'll be under, I think it's under Parks and Recreation. I think that's where it's at.
Okay.
But really, big kudos go out to Brian Lemke and Elijah Ball and Tim Nielsen and the guys down at the, and gals, down at the Public Works Department, because they're putting these up for us. They're actually putting concrete in so that each of these sculptures can, be placed and be safe. And actually, what's the best thing about all of these? The places, the sites that they will go, all under camera. Every single one of them has a camera that's within, how many ever, so that if we have any people that are thinking about vandalism, don't, because you'll be caught. We got you.
Again, our time is so short, and we've got a couple of other things I want to touch upon. First of all, one very dear to you, the River City Municipal Band. Looks like you guys are going to be busy.
Yes, we actually have 7 gigs lined up this year.
You call them gigs?
Yeah, they're gigs. Oh yeah. And then one of the neat things for this year, because of the change in Comanche days, I don't know if you heard that yet.
Oh.
Comanche days will be July 24th, 25th, 26th.
Yeah, normally in August.
Normally it's the second week in August. They moved it forward. I don't know the reasoning behind it, but they did. So we are actually going to be having an ice cream social as part of Comanche Days at the Comanche Museum. Now, just as a plug for the Comanche Museum, my wife is now part of that board. So, hey, this worked out really good because we've always wanted to play at Comanche Days, but because of, a third of our band members are high school kids, they have band camp, the first week in August every year or thereabouts. So we lost a third of our band before Comanche Days, so now we'll be able to do that. We're doing, the mayor's annual concert up at Eagle Point Lodge. We're doing a concert at the Community College Auditorium. And we're not going to do our Arboretum concert this year because, of course, the college is under renovation at the Arboretum, or is going to be, again, we didn't want to chance it to try to find another place last minute. So that was a really good area too, and just things are going really well. We have about 42 that have already attended one or more rehearsals, and we're certainly, if you want to come and bring your zither, you can certainly do that, and you can play.
What is a zither?
You don't know what a zither is?
I have no musical talent. I play music on the radio, but that's about it.
It's a comb with a piece of wax paper around it, and then you go, and it sounds like a zither.
Probably couldn't play it great.
Yeah.
So you know what? You mentioned the students that are involved in the municipal band.
Yeah.
I find that interesting.
Oh yeah, and what's really fun, and I like this, is that it's not like all of them are trumpet players, or all of them are flutes, or all of them are basses. They're spread out throughout. So I sit next to 2 alto saxophones. And, there's clarinets. And actually, Patrick Brooks, who is the band director at the high school, he's our director for the municipal band. And then Elizabeth, and I can't remember her last name right now, she's the middle school band director. She's in the band. And then Casey Turner, he's the assistant band director at the high school, and he's in the band.
Now, did they do a little recruiting then?
I'm sure they do. And
so do you have some middle school students in the band?
We have in the past, yes.
Okay.
I don't know if there are any this year. I've not been a really good boy this year because I've only attended one rehearsal and the Memorial Day, gig for honoring our deceased veterans. But I know that we've had some in the past for sure. So that's kind of neat. And all ages. I don't know who the oldest one is in the band, but I know I'm in that I'm in that short list.
Got a couple more things to talk about. And again, thanks so much for coming in.
Bet.
Always great. Last time we had you in, you were getting an honor out at the Iowa State Fair.
Yes. Oh God, that's 2 years ago now.
Has it been 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
That was Iowan for a Day, and
Yes.
thanks to Sarah Lynn, my good friend down at the Discovery Center, she nominated me. And basically, it's just, hey, you're involved in town, and I'm involved in town.
And you said it was kind of like a circle because you
It's a
were
circle.
involved at the state fair at Iowa State.
In 1978. Oh, wow. How long ago? How old we were then, Gary? In 1978, I worked at the state fair as part of the sound crew and backstage crew for what was then called the Bill Riley talent show. Well, it just happened to be that whole event was on now the Bill Riley, stage. Yeah. There's named in his honor, so that was kind of neat.
Meadowview
Pool. Yep, my good. I'm the certified pool operator and lifeguard up at Meadowview Pool for the summer. Love it, and it's just so much fun up there. And we got a great working board. We're actually doing a fundraiser raffle right now. So if you're interested, get a hold of one of the board members. But we'll be opening Saturday, 11 o'clock till 6 o'clock are our normal hours daily, except when school's in session, of course. We have, I think it's 8, maybe 9 lifeguards that we already have that'll be helping us out. Many of the kids that are lifeguards now were swimmers then, so it's a lot of North End flavor. It's just great.
It's kind of interesting because we have that pool, of course, down on the riverfront,
Yes, yep.
and now and that Meadowview pool has been there for a long time.
Since 1958 is when it was put in it, and when it was put in, it was a homeowners association, and now it's a public pool. Okay. So that's kind of neat.
And finally, fishing. Heroes and Hooks.
Heroes and Hooks Fishing Derby. The Parks and Recreation Department, the Police Department, the Fire Department, and all my peeps at the American Legion. We're doing this, Heroes and Hooks Fishing Derby. If you remember, years ago when I was in Parks and Rec, we did a fishing derby every first Saturday in June because that was a program that was offered nationally. And that program is still offered nationally, but unfortunately for this year, it's next Saturday, not this Saturday. So we can't do Heroes and Hooks and Tailgates and Tall Boys.
Right.
So, we had to make a decision, so we're going a week early. But, Officer Shane Haskell and Brandon and Dave from Parks and Rec, and then Jeff Chapman from the Fire Department, all of us have got together this program and put it together, and it's just a regular fishing derby.
Out at the pond at the Erickson
Center? Out the pond at the Erickson Center. Of course, that's all brand new. It's been stocked. Everything is going great with it.
So what kind of fish you got in there?
I know there's trout. I know there's bluegill. I know there's catfish.
Oh, really? Catfish?
One other I can't remember now.
Okay.
But that was, and it's all been worked out with the Iowa DNR, so, they've been stocking it for public use.
I used to spend so much time out at the Erickson Center when we were playing softball, but I have not been up there in ages now. Hey, Greg, thanks so much for coming in. Appreciate it.
You're listening to AM 1340 KROS, Clinton, Iowa.
FM 105.9.
And KROSradio.com.
This is Radio Iowa. I'm Matt Kelly. The USDA confirms highly pathogenic avian influenza